Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And as you can see, we've already started here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Played back in. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off and it wasn't the best decision.
Mbappe might just make this. That's beautifully weighted. Khan claims comfortably. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture? Kaká! They've got to be quick to recover this. Mbappe. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Guti. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. So, what can they make of this? Eto'o. Nicely weighted ball. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. And here's Mbappe. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Cross goes in there, climbs up big! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Davids. And it's Luis Suarez. Kaká. And he welcomes it in. Davids. And here's Eto'o. It's Luis Suarez! There is the genius of Luis Suarez! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Detroit City are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Batistuta! That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from.
Vinicius Junior! Just off target.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
Not the most accurate pass. He's a sharp little ball here. There's the delivery. And he's managed to get rid. Mbappe. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Eto'o. That has found him in acres of space. That's a decent clearance. Mbappe. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Forwards and with intent. Now that looks a decent ball. This might spell danger. That's a corner kick. It's their second corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nicely intercepted. Howson. And it's Belletti. Here's Rodri. Vinicius Junior looking to play him in. That is Stuta! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Belletti. That's really well manoeuvred. Vinicius Junior. Guti. Nice looking ball. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Substitution on the field, number 15, Mbappe.
And so we're off again.
Coming on the field is number 7,
Caceres. And that is a little undercooked. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Hit the post! Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. And now they can spring out of defence. And now the breakaway. Davids. And it's Guti. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's a key interception. Can he spark a counter here? He's through, it's one-on-one, tries a shot! He scores! And the comeback is complete! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
53 minutes is number 9, Kylian Mbappe.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. There they go, hunting again.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And that could set him on his way. Marquez gets over and intercepts.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Davids. And here's Suarez. Kaka looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And he's managed to get free. Davids spots it and intercepts. Well, that pass isn't the best. Vinicius Junior has created one goal already. And here's Mbappe, Batistuta. Could move up a gear here. Guti. Varane gets across to intercept that. Davids. Rafael Varane. Marquez. Guti. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Roberto Baggio. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodri. Knocks it into space. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
He's having a go! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Guti. Rijkaard.
Detroit City really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, important interception.
Detroit City really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
It's Eto'o! And that could have brought them level.
Well, the reaction from his teammates says it all, Peter. They simply expected better.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Kaka. Now it's Mbappe. Varane does really well to win the ball there. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Eto'o. Batistuta has found the net here, of course. No, that's been intercepted. And here's Suarez. Oh, that's a fine interception.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
It's a searching pass. Opts for safety. Oh, that's well spotted. I think we're just about done here. Looking for options for movement. Oh, such a clever touch.
Well, they shouldn't be.
And that will be it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Batistuta voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
This has been a very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together, and it's been a very impressive turnaround.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
So it feels like a pretty special occasion here in the capital, a bustling scene in the north of the great city of London, and a venue here which has housed some of the game's glitterati since 2006.
The action has already started.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Mbappe. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Gullit. Gullit proves just a little bit too strong.
Gullit really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Mbappe shoots! Oh, that is really good tenacity.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Palmeiras are looking to go forward now. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Threads one in. Rummenigge. Chance! They've scored! And Palmeiras score first!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
The goal scorer for Palmeiras after 14 minutes is number 7.
So, a breakthrough already.
It's not gone well. Tries to play it through. Rummenigge. And that pass just didn't quite work. Nicked it back promptly. Oh, that's a very decent shot at goal! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Royce certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Looking to play him in. Oh, perfectly measured that. Batistuta! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. No way through. He's having a shot! Oh, that was close. Back into the middle. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
The goal scorer for Palmeiras after 22 minutes is number 20.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And here's Batistuta. What's to... And Batistuta! Now, who's going to be first to this? Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Oh, important interception. Gullit. Caceres cuts out the pass. And here's Batistuta.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Royce. No way through. Belletti is sporting a guilty look after that.
clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Bullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Pass somewhat off target, and that's been won straight back. Now, can they get him away? And he's managed to get free. It's a pretty loose pass. Vinicius Junior. Petrauda gets it clear. Nice looking ball. Not the most accurate pass. Nice sequence of passes, this. Oh, shooting chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. It's a mighty effort! He will be livid with himself. Kaka. Passing nice and neat. Oh, that's nice. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Rijkaard gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Oh, the ball's come loose here. Terrific header! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Petrauda attempts a clearance. Royce. Rummenigge. Rummenigge unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Has been indicated.
And it's Kaka. Vinicius Junior. And here's Batistuta. Ah, that's a fine interception. Seedorf. Hullet. There's the whistle for half-time.
Security staff for each block, please report to the staff room immediately.
So off we go once more.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Now he's got space here. Caceres. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That pass has been well intercepted. He's found a way through. And here's Mbappe. Seedorf. A probing pass. Howson spots it and intercepts. Vinicius Junior. He's being urged to shoot. This ended up in no man's land. And it's Rodri. Messi. Hullet. Looking for the run. That's been slipped through. He's picked his way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. This Rummenigge! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Number 7,
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Palmeiras find a position of real strength now. Looking for options for movement. Gets into some space. Kaka. 60 minutes played.
60,810.
Taken back almost at once. He's in a great position here. Now he's off and running. Trauda cuts it out. Rijkaard. Rummenigge. Now that's well seen too. That's a lovely, delicate pass. Rodri. And he was quick to react. Has a shot! Fantastic from Kaka! He's got himself an absolute peach. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Yeah, tempted and teased the keeper into thinking he could get to it, but it just eased away to catch the inside of the post.
Number 8.
So is this the start of a comeback? Now it's Mbappe. And it's Belletti.
Oh, great feat, that.
Played into the middle. Cleared away. Rijkaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. Rijkaard defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Messi receives it in a wide position. And he gets rid in a hurry. It's gone out for a throw-in. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And they're quick to get it back. Rummenigge. Oh, good spread. So nearly the perfect ball. Rummenigge has alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And it's Fernando Torres. And here's Sané. Torres could try cutting inside here. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That pass isn't the best. Oh, that's a key interception. And that is a little undercooked. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Seedorf. Now it's Messi. Baresi gets over and intercepts. Into the last 5 minutes. Sané.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, he's bustling through, and the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Neymar aims beyond the defence. Elects to cross.
Has been indicated.
Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
And it's hoisted clear. And here's Messi. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Sané. And that is as far as it goes. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
I'm afraid to tell you that we were expecting
Your reflections
traffic to be
then,
heavy
Jim?
after the
Well,
final
Peter,
whistle
I
today.
really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.